Lord Buddha, as we know that after that Buddhism came in the world, and Lord Buddha reached at Benaras and he praised his first sermon. Before that, we would like to know that who was Lord Buddha. His childhood name was Siddhartha Gautam. Siddhartha Gautam. He was born in the forest, or you can say in the lake of Lumbini forest, Lumbini, which is located in Nepal. And when he was child, he spent his life like a prince. He had no any idea what was happening around of his state. Later on, when he was married and he was 25 years old, one day, while wandering, he saw a beggar. He saw a corpus. He saw some pathetic kind of people. And he started finding out that what is really the meaning of truth and what is truth. He was badly shaken as because he had spent his most of his 25 years in luxurious way, so he had no any idea what is the meaning of pain. So when he saw a possession of a dead one was going, and he felt that he had already left all his earnings, belongings behind. He didn't take anything at all from this eternal earth. So it was also a situation in which he was shaken. So he left his house. He left his kingdom in midnight. He left behind his wife and his son, as because he wanted to find out the truth. After wandering, he reached at Bodh Gaya and sat under a tree which was a peepal tree that we later on it was called Bodhi tree. By sitting there continuously, he was meditating when he found the light of knowledge and he opened his eyes. There onwards, he started narrating the meaning of truth, the life, value of life, everything, and reached finally at Varanasi, that we say Benaras. When he reached there, he found the things were completely altered. People were suffering. People were suffering from greed. People were suffering from their pain. And the story goes, there was a lady. Now we interact with this chapter and would like to know that what was the theme. So there was a lady who had lost his son. And she was crying. She was crying, she was begging, she was willing to take some help from her neighbors. She went every houses, begged a lot, wanted to know, is there any doctor? Is there anyone who could save or bring back his son? As because her son was dead. She was deeply shaken by only the pain in which she was separated from her son. So she went home each and every houses. She went each and every houses, asked for help. One of them suggested that there is a saint, there is a person, there is a doctor, you can say, who is in right now in Benaras, who has capacity even to cure your child. Go there. As she knew that there is a man, there is a person, there is a doctor, there is someone who can cure her son. So she went directly to Lord Buddha and she begged a lot. She cried and begged a lot. Lord Buddha calmly told her that go and bring a fist of mustard. Fist of mustard seed. She became happy. This much only. You need only a fist of mustard. I can bring it back. She ran from there and asked, she ran from there. Then Lord Buddha reminded once again that remember that fist of mustard seed should be brought from that kind of house where no one had lost his or her belongings in past. She could not understand what the Lord Buddha wanted to say, but she was hurried and went directly to her village. She went and asked. People said, no problem, you can take as many as you wish, as much as you wish. Take one fist, two fist, or a bucket of mustard seed. When she asked a question, is there anyone in your house who had lost his or her life? Is your belongings? They told that, see, there are many people. There are many people in my house, in my family, who had lost their life. They are not alive now. Those who are alive, they are very few. It means that in a family, suppose there are 5 members, 6 members, 10 members. But right from his ancestral, right from your ancestor, our ancestor, we know many people have died. And they were also loved ones. Many people have lost their father, grandfather, their son, their daughter, etc. But the living people are very few. She went every houses and she got a single answer that the living beings are very few, but the dead are so many. She was depressed. She could not get a fist of mustard seed. She came back, and as she could not fulfill the promise of Lord Buddha, by which he could be able to make alive her son. So she sat at the outskirts of the city and started watching the city. The sun was about to set and the light of the city was twinkling. It was diminishing. It was lighting up and sinking up. So this phenomena shook her head. And she thought, this is perhaps the circle of life. Once a person is born, whether the person is lovable, whether the person is important, whether the person has unbearable separation or pain by which they can left, they have to leave this eternal world. Means man are immortal. It is wrong. Man are mortal is wrong. Because in this universe, those who have born, they have to lose their life. And she thought our body is only what? It is a rented house. It is a rented house. Our soul is inside our body, and soul is only provoking us what to do and what not to do. So we are not responsible, our body is responsible to complete or involve any kind of sin. Sin, S-I-N, sin means path. The thing what we do and we become happy. We become happy that I have accomplished my task, I have done my work, whatever it was assigned. It is said that once we take birth, once we come here, on that particular day, the homework was assigned to us. Before our birth, it was already assigned that what kind of task we have to do. Once the task is completed, nobody can stop our soul to remain in the shelter house. Our body is shelter house. We are trying to polish our shelter house. We are trying to make beautiful, handsome our shelter house, but we are not trying to make our soul beautiful and handsome. Because your soul is your permanent and body is only shelter house. Same like that, every year we clean our houses. We clean all the things which is ours, that we say it is mine, it is ours, and we are only showing our hurriness, we are showing our eagerness to clean the things which is yours, which is ours, which is mine. But we forget the thing which is being decorated by the soul. We do not take pain to make it pure. Soul can be only pured by only meditating and knowing the truth, that what is truth. The action what we are involved into that, the action in which the people are being suffered, the action what we are doing is directly impacting either in the negative or in the positive. That thought should be in our mind. So perhaps these things came to her mind and she thought that it is enough. I got my lesson. And finally the Buddha knew. And Buddha called the lady and told to sit before me. And that was the first sermon whence he narrated about the wisdom. That the people always cry for what they lost, what they lose. But they do not cry for what they are about to achieve. Once a dead plant, once a dead leaves or about to die, the leaf has to be separated from the plant. The flower which was making beautiful, the fruit which was making beautiful, the flower which was making as an appreciable kind of a plant, the plant has to resolute that one day I have to lose one of the beautiest part of my body. And the flower gets wrinkled, withered, turned and dry, and finally falls. Same like that our body. Once our task is completed, once our things is accomplished, we satisfy by our deeds. Obviously that particular day, that particular time, we lose and we say goodbye to our soul. The lady knew, and finally the chapter concludes. Clear?